Hey, kiddo. How's the life of an adventurer? Your father dropped by. He left a note for you. Here, you're spending too much time with Walter, Mateo. He's turning our adorable teddy bear into a grizzly. Walter! Are you all right? You're awfully quiet. Your mom dropped by. We had a nice chat. She had left this note for you. Ugh, how can you forfeit if you don't even take a side? You're getting rusty with your comebacks, Mateo. I do, but where do we take them? The hunter is still after us. We need to leave! You think we're doing the wrong thing? We just want answers. Isn't that why we all joined in the first place? The noble quest of discovery? I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. But I think I'm gonna stay here. Focus on the artifacts for now. That's what I'm good at. Some people love that kind of space. Pun intended. It might be a trick. We'd better keep moving. Good. Good. It's been quieter around here ever since Vladimir went to live on the Eye full-time. I believe Sarah asked you to place the artifact on the table. I just need a little time. Right. So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself. Within reason, of course. There might be a reasonable explanation. I wasn't there. I didn't see what you saw. I'm just not in a position to say for sure. Whew. It's gonna be a lot of late nights analyzing this data. I assumed it was all right to let your parents in here. Vladimir! Vlad, come in! Come in! It's silly, but I can't stop thinking about the idea that there are more of me out there. No, they all think... I was just hoping maybe it wasn't true. I was able to focus on the memorial, but now that's over. And I'm just left... lost. What about everyone on the Eye? We can't leave them to die up there. Okay, I'm getting some I might murder you vibes, so I'm just gonna take that as a yes. Here, I'm pulling a crazy amount of data from you and your ship. This is years of research in the making. You were about to say something, right? If you can't make it, I'm sure everyone will understand, but it would be good if you could come. Haven't gone up there recently. Is everything okay? We've always considered ourselves explorers, but this really is uncharted territory, isn't it? That was really thoughtful, Mateo. Thank you. Does anyone else want to say anything? It'll be pretty quiet at first, but that's what Constellation has been doing forever, right? An old generation moves on, a new one moves in. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. No, of course not. We thought you might be hurt. This is all my fault. Maybe one day. For now, I think I'm better off letting Vladimir have that headache. Hey, Cora, how's it going? Enjoying planet hopping with your dad? What are we supposed to do now? Or causes nothing but arguments. You're back! Now let's see about that room. Yes, ma'am, of course. I honestly can't imagine being anywhere else. No, that material isn't anything we... What the... Oh God, where do I start? Thank you, Sarah. If anyone else would like to say a few words. No more Starborn have shown up. Yet. Sorry, if I talk any longer, I'm gonna start crying. Could you excuse me? Hey, I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together to say goodbye. Thank you for helping me out with the artifacts. It fits! Energy spiked a bit, but it's restabilized. See you later. Well, I guess I'll add Cora to the roster of constellations missing. She'll be right up there with Sebastian Banks. A true explorer. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. Probably. I can try. I guess that's all any of us can do. But it's gonna be hard. At least for now. They did openly threaten you, as I understand it. I'd say that's something to worry about. I'm gonna be the one laughing at your face if this conversation keeps going, Mateo. Vladimir, get out of there! Pretty much. They don't talk about what happened, but they all just decided to stop. Most of the old-timers are professors now. I hope Barrett makes it back to us. I know he gets into trouble all the time, and everyone just sort of accepts he'll be fine, but still. How is Neon? Are you okay? Well, I'm glad you seem so certain of that. I'll admit, I'm not that sure. At all. Just remember he loves you a lot. And try to give him a hug every now and then, okay? Come to think of it, there was a member of Constellation that looked awfully like you. We have to risk it! They could be dying up there. You mind if I ask you kind of a personal question, Walter? We need to get to the Eye! Please be okay. Please be okay. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? I don't know how long it's going to take to pack up the artifacts. I'll get started. I was too slow. If only I'd packed up the artifacts faster. Hope you don't mind, but I'm also going to hook up some scans from the eye to get readings of your ship. And oh, you should feel free to visit the eye anytime. Start the takeoff sequence now! We don't know if that Starborn is dead or not! If Vladimir's right, moving the artifacts should at least keep the Starborn guessing. Vladimir! Oh, thank goodness. Where's Andrea? I haven't needed to go up there in a bit. Why? If that's what you need to do, I'm not going to tell you otherwise. Well, just think about it. If you change your mind, we'll be here. I have to say, I'm impressed. You've adjusted to this whole endeavor better than I would have expected. God, I hope they're okay. He's still coming! Get to the ship! Tell you what, I'll give you everything Constellation had before they retired, and in return, you let me do some passive scans whenever you're rushing in and out. Deal? Sorry. Trying not to cry. He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't. I still have the artifacts, but where do we take them? It can't be. Professor Barrett's multiple universe theory was actually right? The things I said to him during my rebuttal. Oh, God. Just as you're out there, doing your more important things, you may occasionally come across some organic resources, and I would be happy to take them. I have no reason to expect anything that drastic will happen, but we are in uncharted waters here, so... There's an old escape tunnel to the Well District. Come on! I hope this was enough. It's pretty simple. Gardens are out the doors there, if you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part. At least usually. No? Oh, of course. Sorry. I'm happy to be working with everyone around again. I didn't realize how much I would miss it until after you jumped. Okay, sure, but it's not a contest, Barrett. None of us thought we'd end up here like this. I was sure I'd have a nice, quiet, boring career in Mast. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full. You know, it's Andrea. Oh my God, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. Okay, I promised myself I wouldn't cry. And I'm sticking to that. So, goodbye. I'll miss you all. Mateo, are you having a crisis of faith? You? You have no idea how excited I am to analyze the data after you jump to the Unity. I'm gonna make some coffee. Pull an all-nighter. Hey, before you go, I'm glad you didn't go through with it. When you left, I suddenly realized just how much things would change. God, I feel so powerless. She's all alone. How different might we all be? Am I not even remotely the unique individual I thought I was? Okay. I'll start transferring the data over now. No, it's fine. Okay. There might be a risk that there's quantum phenomena that falls under the observer effect. But if you think I'm not accounting for that, then you've been working with the wrong woman. Vladimir, look at these readings. Cardiovascular and neurological levels aren't in the normal range. Yeah. Of course. Just keep it in mind. Okay? We're so close. Analyzing some of Sarah's recent data from the field. We're going to collaborate on a study. If you don't mind, I'm going to start doing some scans. Like, right now. Anything I can learn from is a help. Cookies? What type? I guess everyone's quieter these days. Walter, you don't have to answer this, but I was wondering something. You know. To Sarah. Oh, right. This blows my last thesis way out of the airlock. Here you go. Run! All right, I'll start transferring the data over now. Then, depending on what different means, we do some more scans, talk it over with the group, and make a decision. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I hope she makes it. I'm sure there are other versions of Sam out there in the multiverse, but would that even work? Would that be the same? They didn't just gawk at the stars, Mateo. They explored. They tested. Science brought us to space, not daydreaming. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet. So with that in mind, I think so. Not that that's any sort of assumption about you, of course. There's just, well, this is all a lot to take in. Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. There's a galaxy chock full of resources. The more data I have, the more thorough an analysis I can do. My work is all I have. No wealth, no connections. And my timing is all wrong. I can't be certain that they will, but more data points are always a good thing. I don't want to rule out anything that could provide a breakthrough. I haven't really been sleeping much. I'm not having the best dreams right now. Thank you. It wouldn't be the same without you there. We probably should have spoken before now, but I didn't want to get in the way. Trying to explain this at Reliant Medical would only lead to even more questions, none of which we're ready to answer. Just don't ever forget that he loves you, okay? Being close to your family is a really wonderful thing, even if it means a little more time on the ship than we might like. You know about those? So you do know Sarah Morgan, and you thought she was a plant? I think it's pretty great that you get to go with him, but he's still your dad, and so he worries about you. Wants to make sure you're safe. It's all important, probably the most important thing there is. And soon we're gonna understand what it all means. But maybe they shouldn't stay for long. Oh, your father visited. He seemed desperate, or excited, to find you. He left this note. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. The eye's gone completely dark. I can't reach anyone on the station. Absolutely, Sarah. I've never regretted the decision. Start the takeoff sequence! Now! If he follows us into space, maybe we can get away! I hope this is all okay. Between fixing things up and sending out messengers and getting all the paperwork done, it's not much. How do we get here? From a harmless scientific anomaly to being hunted. What do we do? I've been drifting off in thought a lot, too. I'm Noel. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us. Escaping into space is our only chance. Let's go! Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people report in these situations. So I know we aren't keeping all the artifacts here anymore, but I think I can get some good readings from your ship. I have my theories, but I really need to see the artifact up close. Anyway, Vladimir and I have been talking, and we're both staying here. Someone has to keep Constellation going with so many people leaving. Everyone, come take a look at this. You mean what could be the biggest discovery in the history of humanity? Yeah, I've got some thoughts. We need to get to the eye. Help the others. But this takes things in a whole different direction. They threatened you. We're all in this together now, right? I just need a little time to myself. Walter, I hope I'm not overstepping here, but that plan is named after one of my professors. She used to own this building before she retired. Well, before they all retired. We need to figure out what to do with the artifacts. Let's talk to Vladimir. Yeah, I hear you. But your dad's just trying to take care of you as best he can, without leaving you here at the lodge all the time. Or whatever the Unity actually does to make you starborn. I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes. Can Starborn even die? So she did it, didn't she? She went looking for Sam. I'm not sure what we're supposed to be looking for, but go ahead. My head is spinning just considering it. I really don't have time for interruptions right now. What? No. I do not do field work, especially not the restructuring yourself at the molecular level kind. Even just one more Noel is crazy to consider, but dozens, hundreds, an infinite number of them? The truth hurts, Mateo. For now, just relax. We're all behind you, and we'll take care of you if we need to. Sure, I'm not trying to suggest otherwise. I wasn't there when it happened. I'm just thinking it through. Listen, I know you didn't have to tell us everything about the artifacts. We won't let this knowledge go to waste. I've always worked hard. That was the only way that I could get here. Stay safe, okay? Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. Excuse me, why are you talking to that plant? Get to the ship! I have the artifacts! Run! You know, to Barrett. Everything all right? Make yourself at home. I think you already know where everything is. And that is one contest Barrett would definitely win. You're back. Cora's not with you, is she? I can't find her anywhere. None taken, but I think we want to keep this in-house for right now, until we're sure of what we're dealing with. Let's head upstairs. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have... Oh no, don't you two start. We're supposed to be working together, not competing. Don't worry, it'll be a long time before I publish anything. It won't interfere with whatever you're doing. Your vitals are insane. I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects. Oh, thank God. Thank God. No, I know. I trust me, kiddo. You've got a dad who loves you very much, and that's a really big deal. It could be both. One can't happen without the other, right? What's the point of all of this if one of us doesn't remember to actually, do the science part? I don't know. Are any of us? Maybe I'll take you up on that seat sometime. After I get some more work done. Ever since I got here, this has felt like home. These people are family. I hope it feels that way for you too. Okay, maybe not every single day is a dream come true, but the work we're involved in, the discoveries we're making, it's all worth it. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Aw, I wouldn't worry about it. He really loves it up there. Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. I haven't picked up any kind of frequency or signal coming from it. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here. Barrett, we were worried sick. Thank you. If anyone else wants to say something. I have enough on my plate managing my own thoughts and feelings. Can't imagine bringing another version of me into the mix. Don't do this. We're making history here. We'll deal with the Starborn. Together. And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep. You sure spend a lot of time on Constellation business. Doesn't Issa miss you? I just want to say your vitals are insane. You're probably the healthiest person, well, ever. Let me just bring it up on here at the table. We have to get off this planet. Well, welcome back home. I'm sure everyone will be off again at some point, but it's good to see everybody. I'll work as fast as I can. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. You mean to find Sam? To Sam. You're right. There's nothing we can do now. Please, we need to analyze what you found. Huh. Guess it's been a while. Why? Roger that, Vladimir. He's on his way. As much as I love uncovering new questions, I wouldn't mind a few answers now and then. It's a dream come true, Sarah. You know that. Oh, I know. I'm not suggesting you make this a priority. Sarah would kill me if I did. No, it's the same as before. There's a massive output as the artifact is added, then it harmonizes. Like it's waiting for the others. There are days that are tough, sure. But if I weren't here, I wouldn't even know about all the incredible things we're discovering. Find everyone. Please. They could come after us, though. Try to find out where we put them. That's how I met Sarah Morgan. She teaches the Humanity in the Stars program. I'm kind of her protege. Okay, let's take a look. I don't know. I just ran and hid. I keep thinking he's just around the corner. I don't know if he's gone, but we can't risk it. Get to the ship! I'll be okay. Really. I'll have a lifetime's worth of research to share with the whole settled systems. When the time is right. That's the side of Constellation I fell in love with. I have all the artifacts. Everyone, follow me. Vladimir! Oh, thank goodness. Where's Barrett? Oh, gosh. No, I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. I know I said the scans weren't normal, but I would differentiate that from dangerous or concerning. Who are you? What did you do to our friends? Could you all keep it down? I'm trying to work here. Wow. All right. Whatever works for the two of you, I guess. Huh. Well, if it works for you. Well, sure. We all have a unique story, but I don't think any of us really expected to be here like this. I was sure I'd have a nice, quiet life as a researcher. I'm almost done! Just a bit longer! Is anyone hurt? You didn't let Cora handle the artifact, did you? We don't know what effects it might have on someone her age. Sorry, I have to check something. The best shouting, you mean? The halls of the lodge echo, you know. Okay, well, if I were a doctor, I would absolutely advise against that, for a variety of reasons. It's not always easy, but I just remind myself that if it weren't for you, and for Constellation, I'd have no idea that any of this was going on. Yes, I, think that would be quite all right. No, wait. Let's get back to why you're talking to that plant. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. You don't seem to spend much time at home. How is that not a problem for your wife? Vladimir! Oh, thank goodness! Where's Sarah? We should get to the eye. Talk this over with Vladimir. Oh, God. I can't stop shaking. Before I say anything, I need to clarify that I have no formal medical training. He might come back. Keep moving. There's no guarantee the hunter won't come after us again. But if he wanted us dead, why did he let us go? So you're telling me you do know Sarah Morgan, and you thought she was a plant? We're gonna have it here in the lodge in a few days, standard time. Just a small memorial service. But I'll take it as a positive sign for now. No, thank you. Speaking of, if you're gonna be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands. Oh, right, that. I'm sure he's fine. But you can always give him a call if you're really worried. Something's wrong with the calm to the eye. Planning on sticking around then? Good. Walter, are you part of the House of Enlightenment? I never knew that. How do you know my name? Have we met? You're not getting the artifacts! You're around the lodge a lot. Like, almost all the time. Doesn't that bother your wife? Wait! I have to get some readings from you. Biometric data, quantum analysis. Hopefully, the Starborn can't track this, our Millery, as they call it. Mateo, I need to be checking everyone's vitals. Now really isn't the time. This is wild! I am so writing all this down later. No, I guess not. And if you wake up in the middle of the night to find me standing over you, taking scans or drawing blood, just take it in stride. Genes and evolution are what made us human, Mateo. Both of you clearly need to go back to school. That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. A courier from Argos Extractors came by to let us know they're packing up the operation on Vectera. But that's it, no other word. Great, let's see what you have. Are you all right? Vladimir! Oh, thank goodness. Where's Sam? Hopefully this will only take a few minutes, if my hands can stop shaking. Okay then. I guess if you're both okay with it. I plan on keeping an eye on you, but you seem to have adapted to the changes. You're feeling okay, right? Even the trace physiological and neurological readings I'm able to pick up from you are unprecedented. You really are something. I guess you'd just be extra handy to have around. Let's see whatever this is. Just be careful. I don't know. I have a lot of work to do. Well, right now nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition. I'm looking at everything. I'm not saying you didn't really see anything. Just that it's really hard to determine after the fact. It's gonna be a long time until anyone's even ready to believe this all happened, even with evidence. Roger that, Vladimir, they're on their way. There are so many questions beyond just who are they? How did they find you? How do they know about the artifacts? Why has no one ever seen them before? I need to inventory all our equipment and other odds and ends for damages. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. I was going to say that miners don't get to uncover the secrets of the universe, but you kind of did, didn't you? I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy. Yeah, well, I'm worried whether or not it's okay. Well, it's got to be tough for your dad, too. He wants you with him, but he's trying to keep you safe. Here, keep the artifacts safe. I guess we'll meet back at the lodge after? I hope so, too. Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. Hunter, he probably found us because we're somewhere obvious. High-populated area, just like how the Starborn found you orbiting Neon the first time. I'm not a doctor, but I do have eyes. I think I'd notice. He's letting us go. Right. So you've seen the library, obviously. Walter's quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. I know we'll figure it all out in the end. It's just kind of a lot right now. It was one thing when this was just about us investigating the artifacts. A weird phenomenon that didn't come with creepy threats or questions about aliens or whatever it is that's going on now. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon. I know. And that should make it easier. But right now, it's just really hard. Actually, Mr. Right. Let's see. Roger that, Vladimir. She's on her way. Wait, what happened? Who was after you? Hi, Cora. How's it been? Traveling with your dad. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves that, well, not really. Based on my initial scans, but more on what I watched you do. But we'll run with it for now. It's a shame he isn't here to see this. You're back. Did you... Stay back! I hope everyone shows up for the memorial. I know it can be tough, but we need time for this. Yes, that certainly was an interesting perspective, Barrett. Is that a prototype? Let's talk to Vladimir. You are welcome to do so. Ignore the noise. Focus. Focus! There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us. Scans are still inconclusive, but I think we've seen enough to know that we're dealing with something potentially even more unusual than the artifacts. I'll have everything set up in a few days. Can we find more of them? I think maybe you should leave.